I don't have a ton of time today, but unfortunately, in contrast to that, there's a lot to talk about. In my last video, I tackled talking about Mark Zuckerberg, a tech CEO. I thought, you know what? I didn't have my belly full enough. It wasn't enough for me to eat on the tech CEO drama, so I decided I should probably actually talk about the Elon Musk situation. So Elon Musk has effectively, legitimately been, pretending to play Path of Exile 2. I cannot believe we live in a reality where one of the wealthiest persons in the entire world is an individual who will legitimately pretend to play a game. He came out and said he was one of the highest levels in Path of Exile, and people really believed that, I guess, until he decided to stream it. Now, on the stream, he made it very clear that he had absolutely no idea how to play the game. Now, personally, I've only played the first Path of Exile. I haven't played Path of Exile 2. I know I'm slacking on that content, but it's okay. So in the game, he was basically looting some of the Rondanes and walking past obvious loot that he should probably get, like Chaos Orbs, which are really rare, and just, it was really stupid. He has to try so hard to be this super cool gamer guy on top of being a tech billionaire, you know? It's so cringe. So there's a few YouTubers who covered this, and one of those YouTubers ended up being Asmongold. And it turns out after he posted the video, Elon leaked DMs of him talking to Asmongold, and he thought that Asmongold was at the whim of his editors, that his editors put the content out like it was not him. Like, it wasn't up to him, it wasn't his decision to do it. So not only does Elon lack the skills to be a gamer and then lies about it, he also lacks basic knowledge of how, editing and YouTube videos work. Yeah, there's a lot of news that I haven't exactly been able to cover, and this is, probably one of the things that I knew I should speak on about because I've talked shit about him in the past, and it'd be kind of weird if I, didn't. As a gamer, myself, if I don't know how to play a particular game, I'm not going to pay an individual to play it for me and then stream it at max level and pretend I know what I'm doing. I'm either going to play the game or I'm going to be an honest individual and tell you I have not played the game yet. Elon Musk, on the other hand, is going to lie to your face, to millions of his fans, and tell them he is a pro gamer at Path of Exile. The insecurity bleeding out of that is so unbelievably potent. It is just, honestly, it's delicious. So not only did he leak the DMs with Asmongold and prove that he had no idea what the fuck he was talking about, he also took away his blue check mark. Which means Asmon isn't going to be able to do certain things on Twitter that would give him more engagement now. So literally he got censored by Elon, the free speech guy, because he was insecure that he got called out for lying because he did lie. It's such a fucked up thing. I honestly love this story so much because all the people who thought that his platform is for free speech should now realize, or should have a modicum of a brain cell to realize, that he's been lying to you this entire time, and the free speech that they want to promote is hate speech. Listen, I already said it in my last video with Mark Zuckerberg where I called him a fucking cuck. Basically, I don't believe in censorship. But I never thought for a single second that Elon was going to be the person that delivers a free speech platform. Not a single moment in my brain did I ever stop and think, this is the guy. Because so blatantly and so obviously, he has no idea what the fuck he's talking about ever. So on top of this news, Wes Watson, the goofy guy that was getting gadoosh on Reddit, also got arrested. That was pretty interesting news. I wanted to talk about Wes Watson too because I was going to make that into a 3-part thing, because I talked about the first incident where he kind of went on the podcast on the stage and started yapping about how he rents a 90-something thousand million. I don't remember which one it was. He was renting for tens of thousands of dollars. It was unbelievably ridiculous. And he tried to play it off as some kind of money-making scheme, and it just made no fucking sense. And he was an aggressive douchebag, basically a materialist. And I can't believe that we didn't see this coming, because I'm pretty sure I did. Wes Watson getting arrested for actually beating the shit out of a man who came to fight him. Yeah, he did come to He was the aggressor, I guess, in some sense. He did get one good push in on Wes, but Wes also was threatening him online, so they were effectively threatening each other, and they were like talking about fighting, like, come on, bro, like basically a 1v1 me situation. So the guy shows up for a 1v1 and gets absolutely beat on by Wes and all of his little buddies, just ganging up on him like a 5-stack, ganging up on Jungle in League of Legends. And they beat the shit out of this guy with actual dumbbells, like barbells, and fucking just slapped him with actual gym equipment. Like, what happened to being Mr. Big Tough Man? What happened to being Mr. Tough Guy? You just gotta gang up on all your buddies and use weapons to beat up one guy that you instigated, that you were part of addressing? I don't know. I think Wes Watson's a huge piece of shit, and so is Elon Musk. I think what blows my mind about the Elon situation is that people didn't see this coming, is that he just got so many fans. Like, there's so many people that genuinely believe in him, my mother included. My mom loves Elon Musk, and I think it's really notable to talk about the difference between, like, loving. You can still love something and acknowledge that there's things about him that you don't like. Like, for Elon, you don't have that. For Elon, people just basically will see things that they don't like about him, and I say the same thing for Trump too. They'll see something that they don't like about him, and they'll just be like, I like that now. They just completely mental gymnastics their way into believing, or they like inception their way into believing that, yes, this was actually a 4D chess move. Him buying Twitter and like running it into the ground was actually a strategic play.
First time ever anywhere that 40...
Like, at the end of the day, you can still like the guy, but not like every single fucking thing that he does. You can be a regular person and think to yourself, yeah, that thing that he did, kind of bad, but I still like him, I love him. You can still think like that. You can actually take a moment to analyze things and have some form of fucking critical thinking beyond your own personal bias. We all knew he was done when he dead named his kid for being trans and thought that trans ideology killed his kid. It's wild to me about the dead naming his kid thing, because I think it's ridiculous that people are obsessing over the fact that trans like is a delusion to them in their perspective, which again, it is slightly to me. But at the same time, they believe in like the biggest delusion that like has ever existed. Religion. Like, yes, this guy definitely turned a stick into a snake and parted the sea. Yes, this burning bush definitely spoke to me from an ethereal plane. Yes, there's a fruit that held all knowledge in all of the world that we were told not to eat, that a snake gaslit the first woman into eating. You know, it's just, there's so much that's so unbelievably foolish. Yes, this virgin got pregnant because space ghost god said get pregnant. Of course, I'm super simplifying all that. It's not like we seriously dive into the science of how Mary got pregnant with Jesus. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about that for a little bit. I gotta go. I have a lot to do today. I really didn't want to like spend too much time on it. I thought it was really important to talk about because it's really stupid and pathetic. He actually decided to censor an individual because he didn't like what they had to say about him, which was actually factual. And so he, Mr. Free Speech guy out here censoring people because he's insecure. Yeah, absolutely asinine. A completely unbelievable take from Elon. He's a huge pussy for this. And if I could tell him myself, Elon, you're a pussy. Thanks. See you guys in my next video. Goodbye.
Complete.